All right, so this is from the No Stupid Questions Reddit. It's a fun Reddit. But so we have this question from Luke JRV, and it says, "Why are most romance movies always including two lovers who are rich?" I've noticed it more and more throughout the genre evolution. While I know there may be books to read that don't follow the formula, I'm so bored of seeing the rich lifestyle. For example, the two individuals are rich or the male lead is rich. It never explains how he became rich or why he is rich. It shows that he doesn't work, but we are told he does. The part that makes me laugh the most is how unrealistic it feels. It genuinely feels more like a fantasy. I've seen a lot of romance movies use the male character as someone who just teleports to the woman whenever she needs him. Unrealistic. If a movie was willing to show the cruel reality, I'd actually feel it's more relatable. I know several wealthy people in my life, and they tell me that these movies make them look bad. What do you think? That's interesting, Luke JRV. Before I comment, I'm going to go ahead and let the people comment. So let's see. Let's look at this first comment. They fulfill a fantasy. People don't fantasize their dream boyfriend taking them to Burger King or driving them around in a 2008 RAV4. It's kind of like how action movie stars are mostly good looking because that's part of the fantasy, even though it has nothing to do with your fight ability. That's good. And Luke responded, I understand that track of thought. 10 a month. I just think it's fun. That was the name of the commenter, 10 a month, but they're since been deleted. I hope I don't offend anyone by saying this. Fantasizing about a boyfriend is fine. However, when a fantasy becomes an expectation, which has become over the years, it's kind of stupid. It's my honest opinion. Um, so let's see. Let's see if we can find another one. This person, Ben Blixum, says, "Why would anybody watch a realistic movie? It'll be a story of two average income people who make time for dating after work, talk about stuff, and then stick it out long enough so they can comfortably fight about why the dishwasher wasn't switched on without fear of the relationship would end." Yeah, yep, that's a good point. Let's see if we can find another fun one. This person pointed out some movies that are rom coms or romance movies that aren't about so-called rich people. But let's see. Commenter says, I don't know about that. Top of my head, just thinking about it. What about Amelie? Two romantic counterparts. She's a waitress living in an apartment. I forget what a guy does, but he has a low-level job. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. He's unemployed and lives in a tiny one-room apartment and sleeps in the same bed as his roommate. Ramona delivers mail. Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, one of my favorite. Clementine works at a bookstore, and I don't know what Joelle does, but it doesn't look particularly exciting or lucrative. Never Been Kissed, Drew Barrymore. Another one of not my favorites, but it's a good movie. She still lives at home with her parents, and she's a journalist in the last gasp of newspapers, and he's a teacher. The Apartment, the old black and white movie with Lemon and Shirley MacLaine. He worked, I think, in ads, and she was an elevator girl. I mean, so I think the point that this person is making is that it's not all. However, we can't get away from what the OP is saying. It's most, right? You cannot really refute his this argument. I think it's a him, but you can't refute his argument with the ones that got through, that got greenlit, that got made, that did highlight a kind of quasi mediocre lifestyle, albeit, they still kind of had things going for themselves in a way. In case in point, Never Been Kissed. But I think that it's a good point made. The point is that we know that romance takes money. We know from Disney that the ideal is for there to be wealth in a marriage of some such. We know that. So this is kind of a no-brainer, but it's funny to me that people don't realize that that's what's going on. And it's not just movies, it's also television. People don't realize, and also, oh God bless us, social media. that the algorithm even favors, and it might be because people want to see success, and people want to see, the glitz and the glamour and the pedestalize and whatever is kind of, romanticized. We say romanticized because wealth is romanticized. So I think they don't realize just how much that does influence our perspectives on romance, maybe even mine, right? Which might make this entire channel a fallacy. However, I have realistic aspects to why romance does require money, and I think that it's important to say I'm not saying romance is for rich people and love is for rich people. Wrong. I'm saying romance is for rich people, love is for everybody, right? But when it comes to romance, and wherever the heck that word came from, ebook coming soon to discuss where that came from. But anyway, the point is that the whole act of romance is definitely going to require money. And this OP picked up on that and wrote a post to show that they realize that as they go through the rom-com and romantic genre of movies, oftentimes the leading guy is wealthy or both are. And so what does it tell us? It tells us that sucks to suck. Nobody likes poor people. We don't want to watch a movie about your struggle. Um, and it also does prove my point. I believe, and leave a comment if you don't agree with me, but that romance is for the rich, not love, romance. So I think this was a very good Reddit for us to delve into. Um, so let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching.